Hi everyone, welcome to the History of Football channel. Today I'm going to be doing another video, but it's not going to be a forgotten football ground. It's going to be the story of the Anglo-Italian Cup. This was a cup competition contested between English and Italian teams from 1970 in its foundation year to 1996. It was also known by some other sponsorship names such as the Alitalia Challenge Cup, Talbot Challenge Cup and the Gigi Peronacci Memorial Trophy. From 1967, a place in the Inner Cities Fairs Cup was awarded to the Football League Cup winners, but that season's winners, Queen's Park Rangers, could not take up their place because UEFA did not at the time allow third-tier teams to compete in the Fairs Cup. When the same situation happened 2 years later with Swindon Town, a two-legged match against that year's Coppa Italia winners, Roma, was organised by way of compensation. Following the popularity of that event, dubbed the Anglo-Italian League Cup, and as a way to generate income to pay players' wages during the extended close season caused by the 1970 FIFA World Cup, the first Anglo-Italian Cup was inaugurated in 1970. For the first competition, there were 6 English teams and 6 Italian teams. These teams were split into 3 groups consisting of 2 English and 2 Italian teams each, with 2 points being awarded for a win, 1 point for a draw, and 1 point each for a goal scored. The initial winners of the competition were Swindon Town, who travelled to the Stadio San Paolo to play against Napoli. After 63 minutes, Swindon Town were 3-0 up when violence broke out in the stands. With play having to be stopped numerous times, the match was eventually halted at 79 minutes and Swindon Town were declared the winners. In the 1971 final, Blackpool played Bologna at the Stadio Renato Dall'Ara on the 12th of June 1971. Prior to the match, the tournament creator Gigi Peronacci stressed that it was imperative for an Italian club to win back the trophy. After 90 minutes, the score was 1-1, and the match went into extra time, during which Mickey Burns scored the winning goal for Blackpool. The following year, Blackpool made the final once again, but were defeated 3-1 by AS Roma. In 1973, points were no longer awarded for each goal scored, and Newcastle United defeated Fiorentina 2-1 in the final, which was played at the Stadio Artemio Franchi on the 3rd of June 1973. Due to a lack of interest in the tournament, it did not continue, and it was not until 1976 that it re-emerged as a semi-professional competition. In 1976, the Anglo-Italian Cup was reintroduced as a semi-professional tournament with 6 entrants from each country. Wimbledon and Monza reached the final, with Monza winning 1-0 in the restructured tournament, making them unbeaten throughout the entire event. For the next 2 years, Bath City were the English finalists, but they lost to Lecco in 1977 and Udinese in 1978, when the tournament was renamed the Alitalia Challenge Cup. In 1979, each country had 4 entrants, and Sutton United defeated Italian finalists Chieti 2-1 to become the first and only English winners of the competition during the semi-professional era. Attempting to defend their title the following year, Sutton United reached the final but were defeated by Triestina. In the following 2 years, the competition was renamed the Talbot Challenge Cup, and then the following year after that, it was renamed the Gigi Peronacci Memorial Trophy after the man who organised the tournament. From 1983 to 1986, the finals were all Italian contestants, and after the 1986 instalment, the tournament was discontinued once again. The competition were restarted for a 3rd time in the 1992-1993 season as a replacement for the full Members' Cup. It were a professional tournament for teams competing in the 2nd tier of football, the newly renamed First Division in England and the Serie B in Italy. The new version of the tournament began with preliminary rounds. 24 English teams competed in 8 groups of 3 teams. Each team played each other once, and the 8 group winners progressed to the main competition. The main competition consisted of 2 groups, each with 4 English and 4 Italian teams. Each team would play 4 group games against every team in its group from the other nation. Then the top team in each group from each nation competed in the semi-finals. An all-English semi-final and an all-English Italian semi-final is what the result of that was. The final was a single match played at Wembley Stadium. In the 1992-1993 tournament, Derby County lost in the final 3-1 to Cremonese. Brescia won the final in 1994 against Notts County, but Notts County reached the final again in 1995 and defeated Ascoli 2-1. The last instalment of the competition was held in the 1995-1996 season, with Genoa defeating Port Vale 5-2. The competition was abandoned in 1996 because the two leagues could not agree on dates and fixtures. The most successful team in the competition's history were Monza, who won 2 trophies. For the English teams competing, there were some big names throughout the tournament's history in them 26 years. You had the likes of Sheffield Wednesday, Sunderland, West Bromwich Albion, Wolverhampton Wanderers, Middlesbrough, and you had the likes of Leicester City. Manchester United competed in the tournament. West Ham United were also there. And then for some of the Italian teams, Juventus played in it. Napoli, Lazio, as I just mentioned before, Fiorentina, Roma. So there were some big names in the tournament throughout its 26-year history. So that concludes my video on the Anglo-Italian Cup. It's just a short video, but it's a tournament which was around for 26 years, and is it a tournament that you would like to see come back, maybe in a smaller version? Maybe the cup winners of the FA Cup could play the Coppa Italia winners in a match. But let me know in the comment section below if you're someone that were a fan of the Anglo-Italian Cup. Would you like to see it return, or do you think it's a tournament that should be consigned to the history books? Let me know. But anyways, this has been History of Football. If you like the History of Football YouTube channel, go and check me out on my socials, Instagram, TikTok and Facebook. I'll put a link in the description for those below. But anyways, this has been History of Football, and I'll catch us all later in the next one. Alright, tatty bye for now.